I had to get a new car recently because state of California decided I didn't need one. And, So I don't buy new cars. That's not my thing. Is I usually buy a car, then I put at least 100-some thousand miles on it, then I get a new one. So I always miss out on a lot of technology because I'm usually pretty far behind. So the car I got now is maxed out with technology, and I gotta say, it's a weird, I don't know if I love it. Like, I had buddies telling me, you should just get a Tesla. Just get a Tesla. I'm like, yeah, but Teslas are great cars, but your car rats you out every night. Every night you're done with the car, it pulls over, it's like, yo, Elon, you know what they did today? Here's how fast he drove, here's what station they listened to, here's how many times they hit McDonald's, here's the normal routes. You need your car to be a partner in crime. You can't do anything shady in a Tesla, right? That's why I have an idea, okay? I'm gonna start a startup and I'm gonna open up a chain of dealerships. It's gonna be called burnercar.com. And there's gonna be no technology. And if you need my car for whatever you need to do, then just, I'll be like, I'll walk you in the lot going, hello, there's a Ford Escort, there is a Probe, that's awesome. We got a Fiero, in case you're planning on doing cocaine and going to a racquetball tournament a little bit later, so you got that for you. That's got a cassette CD converter right there, that's awesome. But it's weird. My car that I have, here's some features that I don't love about it. I'll get used to it. One, it's a push-button start, and that's a little weird for me just because I like seeing keys hang, so at least I know where the keys are, right? Already with my new car, I've been whipping down the freeway doing 80, then I start to get stressed going, I don't know where the keys are to this car. I'm checking my cat hoodie. I'm like, I don't know where the keys are to the car, but they're on me or we wouldn't be moving. But I'm like, but what if the spare's in the glove box? I don't know if I actually, there's been times where, and then when I stop, there's been times where I forgot to hit the button to turn off the car because I'm not doing the normal. One time I went into a restaurant, I came out, my car was still running. I'm like, was it running that whole time? But I also did that, I'm just a dumbass. I forgot to turn my car off, but old school cars, I forgot that my car was already on, and I've done that move where you go, wah! Like, ha 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 ha. I didn't know it was on. No. You ever do this move when you're just sitting in your car, and the car next to you starts to move, and you're like, oh my God. Oh. I thought I was going in reverse. Oh my God. But here's the deal, like with the push button, and here's how lucky you are. If you're in your 20s, you haven't even experienced this because your car, even if you think it's crappy, was still built in the 2000s. Okay. Cars not turning over, cars not starting used to be a thing, and that was part of your life, wondering if your car is gonna start. You would leave earlier in the morning to see if your car, just to show you, side note, how much technology has changed. There was a time where you would drive to work, remember? You didn't have a watch, you didn't have a phone that told you the time. You would go to work and you didn't know if you were late or not. You would just have to go on gut instinct and feel. Maybe if you lived by a bank, you could look at what time it was, but that was all, right? But cars didn't always turn over, like depending on if the car was parked on a hill, depending on what radio station you left it on before you turn it off. Remember you'd sit there and you'd have to go, and then you'd have to just start slamming the gas, bam, 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 Then if you're a teenager, that's when your dad would throw open the door, you're flooding it! You're flooding it! Right? Then you'd have to roll down the window, look at him, what? What? Not flooded, Then you'd have to put your car in a neutral, and that way your car would roll out of the driveway with no noise. You get a little bit down the hill, and then that's when you Then that dad would swing open the door. You're flooding it! But remember how excited you were when the car turned over? Remember when it would finally start, you're like, my day is awesome. I won. I wish my new car, when you hit the button, it would make the old noise, and then just start. That would be awesome. Because then I would be like, my day's gonna be great. This is awesome. So then, when we were at the dealership, the guy goes, put the car in the park, and then we'll go inside, and we'll talk about money. So I'm sitting there, and I have the gear shift, and I'm moving it. I'm like, but I can't find park. I see like 1, 2, reverse, neutral, and I'm moving it every way you can. I'm like, I don't see park anywhere. And then the guy goes, oh, there's a button. You take this finger, you take your index finger, and you have to reach around the handle, and there's a button that you go like that. I'm like, seriously? I have to find the G spot of the handle? This seems very uncomfortable. Every time I have to park a car, I have to be like, is this okay? Is this okay? Is this okay? If you don't want to do this, we don't have to do this. Is this okay? You know what? You just do it yourself. I'm just going to watch. You just do it yourself. My hands are going to be up like this. I'm going to FaceTime my friends so they see there's consent this entire time. And I'm not touching anything from now on. I'm not touching nothing. But it just doesn't feel like you're done driving with the buttons. It just doesn't have that old school finality. And that's the deal. If you're in your 20s, you don't know what it feels like to be done driving, especially if you're hitting buttons. Some of you people in here older than me knows what it feels like when you pull into a parking space and your shifter would be on your wheel, and you'd be like, done. Right? Just shifter, I'm done. Your grandpas knew when they were done driving. There wasn't a question. If they were pissed off at somebody, they could pull next to them. Done. You can't do that now. Now you pull next to somebody like, let me just turn this off and this off. Let me sign out of my Facebook page real quick. And what'd you say to me? Like, it just doesn't feel